Hello, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my very first guest of this week is this incredible actor known by the name of Jason Wixom. He's an incredible actor. So yeah, let's add him in and have a chat with Jason about his incredible projects that he's been in. So yeah, here we go. Let's add Jason in. Hi Jason, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. I just want to say first up, thank you so much, Jason, for taking the time to join my show. It's such a pleasure having you on today. For people that don't know who you are, Jason, if you can give like a bit of backstory about who you are and what you do, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
So, I'm Jason Wixom. I've been acting for 15 years now. And one of the questions that you're going to ask is which actor or which actors inspired me to get into acting. And the funny thing is, growing up, I'd watch movies and I'd wonder like how they did the stuff that they did. And a lot of people, just like people, I grew up watching John Wayne, but I never actually wanted to be an actor growing up. So, and when people ask me what got me, I tell them I was tricked. So,
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the very first question now, Jason. So with my very first question, you were actually in such an incredible horror back in 2020 called Happy Face, and you actually played the role of Nick in Happy Face. What was that whole experience like for you getting to be in a horror?
So it was a lot of fun and different because I've done a lot of horror before, but usually I am the one doing the scaring and the killing and stuff. So it was different, the killee instead of the killer. So
So on to our very next question. So what was your favorite memorable moment or scene to shoot as the role of Nick, and why in Happy Face?
So most memorable would probably be where Alicia Oberlin and Lenny Udi's characters are arguing, and my character Nick has to wrangle Alicia so they don't rip each other's heads, which Alicia was so fantastic in the role, and she like went at Lenny like all forces. So trying to hold her back was a difficult task, but it was fun.
Awesome. So let's have our very next question. So back in 2020, you were also in a short drama western called The Damsel. What was that whole experience like, getting to play the role of Jack in a western? And yeah, what was that whole experience like for you?
So playing Jack was a lot of fun, and Jack was, you hear the term, you brought a knife to a gunfight, and that's literally what Jack had, was a knife on his belt, whereas everybody else had pistols or rifles. So, but my experience on that set was so much fun because you had Eric Osmond playing the lead villain, and you had Chandler, leading actress, which I worked with both of them before, and they were so amazing. I mean, Eric, he comes from the Osmond family, so obviously he's got amazing, but they were a lot of fun. And Aiden, who kind of plays Eric's right-hand man, oh my gosh, those two behind the scenes and when the camera wasn't rolling were goofing, and oh my gosh, it was, working with those kind of people is blast.
So on to our very next question. So you were actually in, back in 2020, you were actually in a film called City of Salt, and you actually played the role of Carl in City of Salt. What was that whole experience like for you getting to be in City of Salt?
So it was it was different, especially for being filmed in Utah and tackling the whole um, being gay, lesbian, and fighting for those issues. So, and what made that experience even more memorable was having Senator Lee with us on set, being part of it.
From my very next question, so with filming City of Salt, like what was your favorite memorable moment or scene to shoot for City of Salt, and why? Like, was there any like favorite cast moments on set?
So, unfortunately, that scene was my only one in the film, but just the fact that the film touched base on those issues and being able to be a part of that scene where my character is shouting no more suicides along with everybody else and saying that we have to fight for the rights of the Durants and the mental health for others, because there's a lot of people who need the help, but people believe that's all in their head, which it isn't. Mental illness is a real thing, and people suffer from it more often than people like to admit.
So, on to my very next question. So, back in 2019, you have also been in a Star Wars fan film called Shadows of the Force, and you actually played the incredible role of like a councilman in Shadow of the Force. What was that whole experience like, getting to be in like a Star Wars kind of like franchise universe film?
So I love Star Wars. I know this is gonna sound terrible to say, but I wish I had a better role than Coleman, but it was a lot of fun because if you watch C-SPAN, the politics, you see the senator, everyone arguing among each other, and to me, that's what it was. That's You kind of get the feeling that you know what they're going through, because that's what we're going through in the scene. We were arguing and then trying to get our points across, which we all know isn't the easiest thing.
So, my very next question. So, who inspired you as a person to get into acting in the first place?
Um, um, like I was saying, I wasn't really inspired to get into acting. Um, I was tricked into it, but if I had to say, um, I would say that it was my mom who actually signed us up after trying it out and kind of sort of liking it. But yeah.
So, on to my very next question. So, what have you learned about yourself, like as a person and as an actor during COVID? Because, like, it's been a rough time, especially for artists and stuff during COVID.
What I've learned is that the entertainment industry is it's hard already, but when everything is shut down and you're not able to be on set, entertainers are resilient. their own way of doing things. You got YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and all the other social media platforms that were not just actors, but musicians and painters and comedians all started doing live videos through their social medias to keep people entertained. So, I learned that. I also learned how to edit my own reels because as an actor, having an updated reel is very important to have, and not that you were really able to do it during COVID because not much new footage on there. But I found out that I'm able to learn things if needed and when needed.
So my very next question. So if you could be in any TV or movie franchise, what would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a hard one because there's so many fun ones going on. Not right now, but so many good ones. Clear back from the 50s, 60s, 70s. But I would probably have to say Legend of the Seeker, which is based on the Truth series.
Yes.
One reason because it's fantasy. Fantasy is my all-time favorite genre, whether it be TV or. But I would have loved to have been in that series, and it's a bummer that they only got 2 seasons, which it deserves the full run. But for that to happen, I feel like HBO or like Star or some of the bigger adult networks would need to do it, considering how violent and inappropriate it is.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So what are like the positive and negative sides into like the acting industry, and how do you get through those like negative moments as an actor?
Your friends and the friends that you had before the acting, the friends that you make while during that you make in the industry, because we all know what it's like getting rejected project after project, or seeing everybody else working when you're not. And one of the hardest things, though, that I really don't like is the political aspect of it, which I wish politics could stay out of the industry, but unfortunately going more towards that. And that's definitely the thing I love the least.
So my very last question, Jason. So what's like next for you, like project wise for the rest of 2021 that you like to announce on the show, if you can?
So I get to be in a horror film called Algia, where I will be playing Algia himself. So I'm excited for that. Last week we got to shoot some promotion for it, which is up on the Instagram page Algia God of Pain. So if you check it out, you'll be able to see one of the pictures we took along with the cast and other upcoming news on that.
Awesome. Well, can I just say thank you so much, Jason, for taking the time to join my show. It's been such a pleasure having you on today. Do you have like any last final thoughts that you'd like to say to people on the show?
follow your dreams and work hard, be persistent, and whatever your dream is, you will get there sooner or later.